Have you ever started your morning with a handful of vitamins, thinking you're doing something great for your heart? Joe, a 72-year-old retired firefighter in Florida, did exactly that. Every single morning, a multivitamin, a calcium pill, and an iron supplement, because that's what he was told healthy seniors should do. But during a routine heart checkup, his doctor sat him down with a serious look and said, "Joe, your arteries are stiffening. You're showing early signs of atrial fibrillation. Your risk of heart attack or stroke, much higher than normal." Joe was stunned. "I don't smoke. I walk every day. I watch what I eat. How is my heart in danger?" The silent culprit? His vitamins. You see, after 60, your body doesn't process supplements the same way it did at 40. Some of the vitamins sitting in your medicine cabinet, the ones marketed to support heart health, could actually be doing the opposite, clogging your arteries, disrupting your heartbeat, weakening your nerves. And here's the scariest part. You might be taking them right now without even knowing the risk. In today's episode, we'll reveal 4 vitamins that can silently damage your heart after 60, and 4 that you absolutely should take daily to protect your arteries, your brain, and your longevity. Because staying strong after 60 isn't about swallowing more pills. It's about choosing the right ones in the right form at the right time. You know that feeling of comfort you get when popping your daily vitamin A pill? Like you're doing something good for your eyes, your skin, your immune system. But what if I told you that very pill could slowly be turning against you? Carol, a retired school teacher from Ohio, took her multivitamin religiously every morning. It had vitamin A, and she believed it was protecting her vision and keeping her strong. But over time, she noticed her hair thinning, her skin dry and flaking. She felt dizzy, her joints ached, and fatigue clung to her like a heavy coat. She assumed it was just aging, until her doctor looked at her blood work and said something shocking. "Your liver is overloaded. You're building up toxic levels of vitamin A. It's not going anywhere. It's just sitting there, causing damage." Here's the truth that most Americans over 60 don't know. Retinol, the synthetic version of vitamin A found in many supplements and liver oil products, is fat-soluble. That means your body stores it in your liver, in your fat tissues, instead of flushing it out like water-soluble vitamins. And as you age, your liver slows down. Your fat distribution changes, so the vitamin A you took yesterday doesn't leave tomorrow. It builds up, drop by drop, until your cup overflows. And then, blurry vision, joint pain, brain fog, fatigue, even heart arrhythmias. A 2022 review in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults with high vitamin A accumulation had a 25% higher risk of atrial fibrillation, a dangerous irregular heartbeat that significantly raises stroke risk after 65. That innocent-looking multivitamin, it could be quietly raising your chances of a life-threatening event. So how much is too much? If your supplement lists retinol or retinol palmitate, and it gives more than about 700 micrograms a day for women, or 900 for men, you're already in the danger zone, even if it says senior formula. Now here's the good news. You don't have to give up vitamin A entirely. You just need the right form. Beta-carotene, the kind found naturally in carrots, sweet potatoes, spinach, and eggs. Your body only converts beta-carotene into vitamin A when needed and never stores it in toxic amounts. Think of it as a smart fuel system. It only fills when you're running low. So take a moment. Open your medicine cabinet. If your multivitamin still lists retinol or retinol palmitate, it might be time to switch. Because after 60, good health isn't about swallowing more pills. It's about choosing the right ones, in the right form, at the right time. Do you remember the last time you felt unusually tired, had brittle nails or pale skin, and someone said, "You're probably low on iron. Just take a supplement?" So you did. 1 small pill a day to boost energy. Seemed like the smart move, right? But here's the question most people over 60 never get asked. What happens to all that extra iron if your body doesn't actually need it? Take Linda, 68, from Michigan. She started taking iron every morning, hoping to fight fatigue. But within months, she began feeling stiff joints, constant exhaustion, and heart palpitations. Her memory started slipping. Her blood tests, not iron deficiency, iron overload. Here's the truth most seniors don't hear. After 60, most adults don't need extra iron. Men stop losing iron after puberty, women stop after menopause. Unless you've had blood loss from surgery or a diagnosed condition like anemia, that iron doesn't leave your body, it just builds up. And unlike water-soluble vitamins, iron doesn't flush out. It accumulates in your liver, heart, and pancreas, like rust inside a pipe, silently corroding your organs from the inside out. And the scariest part? Iron toxicity has no obvious warning signs. Fatigue, joint aches, irregular heartbeat, brain fog, all things we usually blame on aging. But in reality, a study published in Alzheimer's Research and Therapy found excess iron levels significantly increase the risk of dementia in older adults. And the irony? Very few seniors are actually iron deficient, yet many popular senior multivitamins still sneak iron into the formula without you even realizing it. So what should you do? Check your supplement labels. If it includes iron and your doctor hasn't specifically told you to take it, stop now. Ask for blood tests like serum ferritin or transferrin saturation to see your actual levels. Switch to iron-free multivitamins designed for seniors. You'll still get enough iron from food, lean meats, beans, leafy greens, without the added risk of overload. Because after 60, iron doesn't boost your energy. It can quietly steal it. Your heart, brain, and liver are counting on you to stop treating aging problems with outdated solutions. It's not about more pills. It's about the right nutrients at the right time, and knowing when extra becomes dangerous. If you're over 60, it's time to rethink that iron supplement. Because what once helped you stay strong could now be the very thing that's making you feel weaker. You've probably heard it 1,000 times. Vitamin D is the sunshine vitamin. Great for your bones, lifts your mood, boosts immunity. Sounds like a win, right? But let me tell you what happened to Gwen, a retired librarian from Minnesota. She's 70 years old and started taking high-dose vitamin D supplements every day. Why? Because someone told her it helps prevent heart disease. A few weeks in, she started feeling dizzy, jittery, and her heart pounding for no reason. Her doctor ran some blood work, and boom, sky-high calcium levels. Turns out her vitamin D supplement was pushing her body into hypercalcemia, causing calcium to build up in her bloodstream and arteries. The very thing she took to protect her heart was now putting her at risk of a heart attack. This is the part no one talks about. Heart supplements for seniors can be a double-edged sword. After 60, your skin absorbs less sunlight, your kidneys slow down, and your body can't process vitamin D the way it used to. If you're supplementing without checking your levels, you might be setting yourself up for arterial calcification, kidney stones, or worse. A major study in Australia revealed that monthly, moderate doses of vitamin D lowered cardiovascular risk slightly in older adults. But here's the twist. High doses? No added benefit, and higher risk, especially if you're already getting enough from your diet or sun exposure. Let that sink in. The vitamin that's supposed to brighten your health can actually stiffen your arteries if you're not careful. So what should you do? First, get tested. Your doctor can check your 25-hydroxy-D levels and calcium levels to see if you even need a supplement. Second, stick to moderate doses, usually between 1,000 to 2,000 IU per day and only under medical advice. Third, get sunlight. Just 15 to 30 minutes in the morning can make a world of difference. And finally, choose your food wisely. Fatty fish, egg yolks, and fortified dairy are safer, natural sources of vitamin D that come with less risk of overdose. If you're over 60 and taking vitamin D for your bones or heart, ask yourself, are you helping your health or slowly hardening your arteries? Drop a comment if you've ever taken vitamin D and felt off. You're not alone, and your experience might help someone else spot the warning signs before it's too late. You know what's one of the cruelest ironies about getting older? The very thing you believe is helping you stay strong might be the very thing quietly breaking you down. Let's talk about calcium supplements, probably sitting right now in your medicine cabinet. If you want strong bones, take calcium every day. That's what we've all been told, right? But what if I told you that taking calcium the wrong way could be damaging your heart, not saving your bones? Take Steve, for example, a healthy 68-year-old retiree. Never smoked, rarely drank, always active. For 5 years, he took calcium pills every morning, like clockwork, just as those cheerful commercials suggested. One morning, he felt tightness in his chest, shortness of breath, and a strange stiffness in his legs. The diagnosis? Calcification of the aorta is a major risk factor for heart attack. And the likely culprit? The daily calcium supplements his aging body could no longer process properly. Here's the truth most people over 60 don't hear. As we age, our bones stop absorbing calcium efficiently. So where does all that extra calcium go? Not into your skeleton. It gets misdirected into your arteries, where it stiffens your blood vessels, into your joints, where it fuels pain and stiffness, or into your kidneys, causing painful stones. And this isn't theory, it's backed by science. A study published by the American Heart Association found that seniors taking calcium supplements had a 22% higher risk of heart disease. What makes it worse? Many of us take calcium pills without pairing them with the key nutrients that actually guide calcium to the right place. Vitamin D3 helps absorb calcium from your gut. Vitamin K2 directs calcium to your bones and keeps it out of your arteries. Magnesium balances calcium to avoid buildup in soft tissue. Without them, taking calcium alone is like loading a truck with no GPS. It ends up in all the wrong places. So what's the smarter move? Focus on calcium-rich whole foods like yogurt, almonds, leafy greens, or sardines. Supplement only if necessary, and always choose calcium with D3, K2, and magnesium. Talk to your doctor. Get your levels tested, don't guess. And most importantly, move your body. Weight-bearing exercise strengthens bones better than any pill. Many seniors take calcium, hoping to walk strongly. But in doing so, they may be silently weakening their heart. Have you ever taken calcium supplements? Have you experienced fatigue, joint pain, or trouble sleeping without knowing why? Don't ignore those whispers from your body. They may be early signs that something's not quite right. Share your experience in the comments. You never know who might read your story and take a life-saving step because of it. Do you remember the last time you tripped and couldn't explain why? Maybe you shrugged it off. I guess I'm just getting old. But what if it wasn't just age? What if that stumble was your body begging you to notice something? Something hiding inside the supplement bottle on your nightstand? Let's talk about vitamin B6, the so-called energy booster found in countless nerve support formulas, memory enhancers, and multivitamins for seniors. Marketed as essential for your brain and nervous system, B6 has long been seen as safe, especially because it's water-soluble. But here's the terrifying truth. In high doses, B6 builds up in your nerve tissue and can slowly poison your nervous system, especially after age 60. Meet Linda, 70, a retired yoga instructor from Oregon, still active, healthy, and sharp. She walked daily, ate well, took no major medications, except for one, a popular memory and nerve support supplement. Within 6 months, she began noticing a strange tingling in her feet. Her hands would go numb for no reason. She felt dizzy, foggy, and off balance. Her first doctor said, "That's just aging." The second ran blood work and asked, "Are you taking vitamin B6?" Her blood levels were 3 times above the safe limit. Why? Because most people don't realize that B6 behaves differently than other B vitamins. While B12 or vitamin C flush out quickly, B6 can accumulate in your body over time, especially as your liver slows down with age. And when that happens, the consequences are serious and often permanent. What are the symptoms of B6 toxicity? They look exactly like just getting older. Numbness or tingling in hands and feet, poor balance, increased falls, chronic fatigue, brain fog and forgetfulness, weakness in the legs. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone, and it might not be aging. It might be nerve damage caused by excessive B6. How much is too much? Most seniors only need 1.5 to 2 milligrams per day, but many supplements provide 50 to 100 milligrams or more in a single serving. well above the threshold linked to toxicity. Add in multivitamins and fortified foods, and you may be overdosing without realizing it. The scariest part? Nerve damage caused by high-dose B6 can take months or years to heal. In some cases, the damage is irreversible. But here's the good news. You don't need to fear B6. You just need to respect it. Choose food-based sources like chickpeas, salmon, bananas, and turkey. If you supplement, keep it under 5 to 10 milligrams and only under your doctor's guidance. And ask yourself this: is the supplement I take for energy actually robbing me of the very independence I'm trying to protect? Drop a comment below. Have you ever experienced unexplained tingling or weakness while taking vitamins? Your story could help someone catch the problem early, before it becomes a lifelong struggle. Because after 60, the goal isn't just to live longer, it's to stay strong enough to live on your own terms. Do you start your morning with a soft gel of vitamin E, thinking it's good for your skin, your eyes, maybe even your heart? You're not alone. For decades, vitamin E has been marketed as a powerful antioxidant, a miracle supplement to slow aging, protect cells, and keep your body young. But for older adults, that same little capsule could be quietly putting their hearts at risk. A major review from Johns Hopkins University shook the supplement world when it revealed this: adults who took high doses of vitamin E, over 400 IU per day, had a significantly higher risk of death. And one of the main reasons? Heart complications. Here's why. Vitamin E is fat-soluble, which means it builds up in your body over time. Unlike vitamin C or B complex, it doesn't flush out easily. That accumulation can disrupt blood clotting, increasing the risk of internal bleeding, interferes with vitamin K, which helps maintain healthy arteries, trigger irregular heart rhythms and impair cardiac muscle function. There's a real story of a 67-year-old woman from Ohio. She thought she was doing everything right, taking a natural vitamin E oil plus a multivitamin every day. She ended up in the ER with a brain bleed and arrhythmia. The culprit? She was unknowingly consuming over 5 times the recommended dose. Sound familiar? Let's pause for a quick reality check. Are you taking a separate vitamin E soft gel? Do you also take a daily multivitamin that includes vitamin E? Have you ever checked how many IU per day you're actually consuming? Here's the part most people miss. Many anti-aging supplements contain 400 to 1,000 IU of vitamin E in a single serving. That's far beyond the safe upper limit for older adults, which experts suggest is around 100 to 200 IU per day. So while you think you're supporting your heart and skin, you could be putting silent pressure on your cardiovascular system without even knowing it. Even more alarming, no one warns you about this at the store. No pharmacist asks, "Do you already take a multivitamin?" No label shouts, "May increase risk of heart rhythm issues." This is the hidden danger of supplements that look safe until they're not. If you're watching this and thinking, "Wait, I take that too," you're not alone. Drop a comment below. What kind of vitamin E do you take? How many IU per day? Have you ever felt palpitations, sudden fatigue, or dizzy spells? Your story might help someone else realize the risk before it's too late. In the next segment, we'll flip the script. No more warnings. We're diving into the 4 nutrients that actually protect your heart after 60, and one of them has been linked to a longer life in clinical studies. Stay tuned. Have you ever felt like your body is running out of gas, but couldn't quite explain why? You're sleeping well, but still tired. Your heart feels like it's working harder just to keep up. You've lost excitement for things that used to bring you joy. It's not just aging, it's not just stress. What if your body is simply running low on light? After exposing the vitamins that may be silently damaging your heart, it's time to pivot. Because not all supplements are harmful. Some, if chosen wisely, can become your heart's most powerful allies. And leading the way is none other than vitamin D3, the so-called sunshine vitamin. But what most people don't realize is that D3 isn't just for bones. It's one of the most critical nutrients for heart health after 60. Let me explain. Most Americans believe vitamin D is about preventing fractures, but studies now confirm seniors with low vitamin D3 levels have up to a 30% higher risk of dying from heart disease. Deficiency can lead to high blood pressure, irregular heartbeats, and even heart failure. And worst of all, There are no obvious warning signs in the early stages. Ask yourself honestly, do you get at least 15 minutes of sun each day? Do you live in a northern state or spend most of your time indoors? Have you ever had your vitamin D levels tested? If the answer is no, your body may be silently running on empty when it comes to D3. Here's the science. After 60, your skin's ability to make vitamin D from sunlight drops by more than 50%. Add in a diet low in fatty fish, eggs, or fortified foods, and you're left with a heart that's working in the dark. But here's the good news. Just 1 to 2,000 IUs of vitamin D3 a day has been shown to help lower blood pressure, improve heart rhythm, reduce stroke risk, and even lift your mood and energy levels. This isn't marketing hype. A peer-reviewed study in the British Medical Journal showed that proper D3 supplementation significantly reduced cardiovascular mortality in older adults. And for optimal absorption, vitamin D3 should always be taken with a meal that includes healthy fats like salmon, avocado, or olive oil. That increases absorption up to 50%. So now the choice is yours. Will you let your heart keep struggling in the dark, or flip the switch and give it the light it's been missing? Drop a comment below. Have you ever had your vitamin D levels checked? Do you recognize any of the symptoms we just discussed? And stay with me, because next we'll reveal the forgotten mineral that helps your heart beat steadily, prevents cramps, and may even reduce stroke risk. Can you guess what it is? Let's keep going. Have you ever felt your heart racing unexpectedly? Or maybe experienced nighttime leg cramps, numbness in your fingers, or constant fatigue even after a full night's sleep? Most people chalk it up to aging. But what if the real issue was something you're missing every single day? Let me tell you a story. There's a man named Bill, 69 years old, retired teacher, living in a quiet suburb in Ohio. He walks every morning, eats healthy, and takes his daily vitamins. But over the last few months, things began to change. His heart felt fluttery, his legs cramped at night, and his energy levels dropped. He went through several checkups. EKG, normal. Blood pressure, within range. Still, something wasn't right. Then one young cardiologist asked him a simple question. Are you supplementing magnesium? Turns out, Bill had a severe magnesium deficiency, and he had no idea. It may surprise you, but 2 out of 3 Americans over 60 are magnesium deficient, and it's one of the most underdiagnosed causes of heart irregularities, muscle cramps, fatigue, and poor sleep. Magnesium doesn't get the headlines like vitamin C or D3, but it is the silent key player in heart health. It helps regulate heart rhythm, maintain blood pressure, reduce stroke risk, support nerve and muscle function. And here's the kicker. As we age, our bodies absorb less magnesium. Add to that the fact that many common medications, like blood pressure meds, diuretics, and acid blockers, drain magnesium levels even faster. Are you experiencing any of the following and just blaming getting older? Muscle cramps or restless legs, heart palpitations or arrhythmias, fatigue that doesn't improve with rest, anxiety or insomnia, high blood pressure with no clear reason? Magnesium may be the missing piece. So how do you get it right? First, not all magnesium supplements are equal. Avoid magnesium oxide. It's cheap, poorly absorbed, and may cause digestive issues. Instead, choose well-absorbed forms like magnesium citrate, magnesium glycinate, magnesium malate. Second, for most older adults, the ideal dose is between 250 and 400 milligrams per day, depending on their diet and medical needs. Third, take it with food or before bedtime. It can actually improve sleep quality. And don't forget food sources. Leafy greens like spinach and kale pumpkin seeds, almonds, avocados, black beans, lentils, dark chocolate. Yes, in moderation, it counts. If you've ever said, I'm doing everything right, but I still feel off, it's possible the issue isn't what you're doing, but what your body is silently missing. Magnesium could be the quiet force that brings your heartbeat back to rhythm, restores energy, and helps you sleep through the night again. So let me ask, have you ever tried supplementing with magnesium? Did you notice a difference? Or are you dealing with symptoms like Bill's right now? Drop a comment below. Your story could help someone else make a life-changing discovery. And don't go anywhere just yet, because next we'll uncover a vitamin that acts like a traffic cop for calcium, guiding it away from your arteries and straight to your bones. Can you guess which one it is? Have you ever wondered, I take my calcium supplements daily, eat well, and stay active. So why are my bones still weak and my heart under strain? It's a haunting question for millions of older adults. And the frightening truth, the problem may not be the lack of calcium, but the misplacement of it. Take Mr. George, 72, a retired teacher and a picture of discipline. He never missed his daily calcium and vitamin D3 routine. Yet during a routine checkup, his cardiologist told him he had advanced arterial calcification. He was stunned. I thought I was protecting my bones, but was I hurting my heart instead? The truth is, calcium only helps when it ends up in the right place, your bones. But without the right support, it can drift into your arteries, joints, and soft tissues. That's where vitamin K2 comes in. This often overlooked nutrient acts like a traffic controller for calcium, making sure it's deposited in your skeleton, not your arteries. How? K2 activates a protein called matrix GLA that binds calcium and guides it away from soft tissues and blood vessels. Without K2, that calcium pill you take every morning could silently be contributing to arterial stiffness, high blood pressure, or even a heart attack. A 2015 Dutch study found something extraordinary. Older adults with sufficient vitamin K2 intake had up to a 57% lower risk of dying from heart-related causes. Let that number sink in. But here's the problem. In modern American diets, K2 is shockingly scarce. The best sources like fermented natto, goose liver, aged cheese, or pasture-raised egg yolks aren't common in our daily meals. And unless you're eating them consistently, chances are you're not getting enough. So what can you do? Choose a vitamin K2 supplement in the MK7 form, ideally 90 to 180 micrograms daily. This version stays longer in your bloodstream and ensures calcium ends up where it belongs. Pair K2 with vitamin D3 and magnesium, and you've got a powerful trio that helps keep bones strong, blood vessels flexible, and the heart protected. Now ask yourself, are you currently taking calcium or D3 without checking for K2? Have you been told you have arterial stiffness or unexplained heart issues despite a healthy lifestyle? Let us know in the comments. Your story might help someone else realize the missing link in their heart health journey. Because the truth is, wrong supplementation doesn't just waste your money, it quietly steals your health. But the right one? It could add years to your life. And don't go anywhere just yet, because the next vitamin, it's like the spark plug for your heart. And most Americans over 60 are running dangerously low. Have you ever felt like your heart is running out of fuel? You're just climbing the stairs, but your heartbeat races. You try to catch your breath, even while standing still, and you tell yourself, well, maybe it's just old age. But what if it's not? What if your heart is quietly calling out for a very specific type of energy, and you're missing it? Among all the supplements fighting for the spotlight in heart health, there's one that's quietly powerful and often forgotten. Coenzyme Q10 or CoQ10. Many older adults rely on omega-3, vitamin D3, and multivitamins, thinking that's enough. But science says otherwise. As we age, our bodies, especially our heart cells, start to produce less CoQ10, and without enough, your heart might be silently struggling every day to do its job. A cardiologist from Phoenix shared the story of Mrs. Sue, 75. She was wary of medication, careful with her health, and only took a simple multivitamin and fish oil. But then she started feeling chronically cold hands and feet, shortness of breath during her morning walks, and occasional lightheadedness. Blood tests revealed something surprising: extremely low levels of CoQ10. Her doctor recommended a moderate dose of CoQ10 and a diet richer in antioxidants. Just weeks later, Mrs. Sue could feel the difference. Her heart rhythm steadied, her breath returned, her strength began to rebuild. Why? Because CoQ10 fuels the mitochondria, the powerhouses in every cell, especially heart muscle cells. Without enough of it, your heart literally starts to run low on energy, leading to oxidative stress, irregular rhythm, and even early heart failure. If you're experiencing breathlessness during activities that used to feel easy, unexplained fatigue, even after rest, cold extremities, or a feeling that your heart is sluggish, then CoQ10 might be the missing piece your heart is waiting for. Look for ubiquinone or ubiquinol, both forms of CoQ10. Ubiquinol is often more absorbable for seniors, especially if you're taking statins, which are known to deplete natural CoQ10 levels in the body. And remember, supplements work best when paired with real food. Include heart-loving meals with dark leafy greens, fatty fish, lean meats, and antioxidant-rich fruits to help CoQ10 do its job. Have you ever taken CoQ10 before? Did you notice any changes? Or maybe you've never even heard of it, and now you're wondering, could this be the heart helper I've been missing? Share your story in the comments, because sometimes the difference between fatigue and vitality is a molecule your body once made in abundance, but now quietly craves. Let me ask you something personal. What are you really giving your heart each day? A capsule that supports a steady heartbeat and healthy arteries? Or one that slowly stiffens your blood vessels, even though you thought it was harmless? Over the past 10 segments, we've uncovered some uncomfortable truths. Sometimes the very supplements we believe are heart healthy might actually do the opposite. And sometimes what you leave out matters more than what you add in. So now let's pause. Take a deep breath and look in the mirror, not just at your face, but at your routine. What kind of supplements are you taking every morning? Have you ever double-checked the dosage or how it interacts with your heart meds? Is your body, your heart, trying to whisper something and you've been too busy to listen? Maybe you've been feeling a little more tired than usual. Maybe your sleep isn't as deep. Maybe your blood pressure fluctuates and you're told it's within range, but it still doesn't feel quite right. You're not alone. Thousands of older adults fall into the same well-meaning trap, taking too many supplements they don't really need, while missing the ones that could truly help their heart thrive. But here's the good news. Now that you know, you get to choose again. You can clear out the harmful, you can welcome the helpful, and you can start giving your heart exactly what it needs, with clarity, not confusion. So tell me in the comments, what vitamins or supplements are part of your morning routine? Have you ever experienced symptoms like numbness, fatigue, or irregular heartbeat? And after watching this video, what's the very first change you're ready to make tomorrow morning? Because this isn't the end of the story. This is the turning point. The moment you stop treating your heart with guesses and start treating it with wisdom. Your heart deserves better. Let's give it just that. Have you ever noticed, as we grow older, we tend to build a little pharmacy on our kitchen counters. Bottles of supplements, pills promising heart support, brain health, and longevity. But your heart, the quiet warrior that's been beating for you since the day you were born. It doesn't need a shelf full of promises. It just needs to be understood. It needs you to listen to it every morning, to know when to pause and when to begin again, the right way. If there's one thing I hope you carry with you after this video, it's not a checklist of good or bad supplements. It's a single honest question. What I take every morning, is it truly for my heart or just out of habit? If that question made you pause, then this video has done what it was meant to do. Tell me in the comments, what supplements do you take each day? Have you ever stopped to check how they actually affect your heart? Your story might just save someone else's heart. And if you found value here, hit that subscribe button, because this channel exists to tell the health truths every older adult deserves to know before it's too late. Thanks for staying with me until the very end, and may your heart, from this day forward, beat peacefully, one strong, steady rhythm at a time.